Hi guys, first of all, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
it's
you.
fine.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I don't agree at all with Aryan. It's his opinions, I get it, but I don't agree with the 1%.
What?
First of all, I think everyone keeps telling that we should compare this project to Arteta's project with Arsenal. Why? We should relax ourselves, thinking that Arteta did badly in his first season. Like, why should we make ourselves ready for this? I'm a fan and I demand results. I want to see my team well. I'm not the one that are deep into this project and think that, yeah, I will see Tottenham do well after 4 years under ANGE. That's not the point. I'm a fan. This must be, these opinions must be the ones who are responsible for this job. I'm a fan. I want to see my team do well. And then I think Arteta's first season at Arsenal was also his first season as a manager. But Postecoglou came to us with 24 years of a manager, like 24. I was not alive when he was managing South Melbourne in 1999. Like, what point is Ange Postecoglou has done like more than Arteta to show that he needs to do well in his first season. Yeah, I just don't get why we're comparing us to Arsenal and Arteta. That's pointless for me because that's a completely different project with a new man, with the manager that had his first season at the club. Another one is like positivity. What positivity? Like we lost two derbies in a row, like against the of our biggest rivals. And before that, we got battered 4-0 by Newcastle. And if I'm not wrong, our three of our biggest rivals are Chelsea, Arsenal, and West Ham. And we have not, so that's 6 games, home and away, all the games. And we have not won once in those 6 games. And we got 2 points out of 18 points. Like, how am I supposed to be happy when we have not won one game against our biggest rivals? That's totally unacceptable for me. How it's acceptable to lose at home against West Ham and Chelsea? Chelsea was beating us all the time because they were a good team before, but this Chelsea team is the worst Chelsea team I have ever seen in my life. And still, we got 0 points this season from them. It's not about Stamford Bridge anymore, in my opinion. We literally just can't beat them, even if it's our home. That's not different. Like, so, in my opinion, when it comes to Ange Postecoglou, I really like him as a man. I think he's a top man, and I really like the way he speaks. But he needs to be questioned, like immediately, because like how has it been a good season? First of all, because we need to realize our standards, in my opinion. Firstly, because in my opinion, first 10 games of the season is the part of the season that we are still not we are and is still eating the fruits of. Of course, he deserved credit for that first 10 games of the season, but that credit has ended for me because it was 6 months ago. And in those 6, 7 months where, like if you exclude that 10 games, and if season started after that Chelsea game for all the teams, we are 10th. How is that acceptable? I don't know. Like,
Rovshan, what position would have been acceptable at the start of the season?
the position, let's maybe fifth would be acceptable, but the consistency we have is horrible because we are fifth because of the first 10 games of the season. And I still say, yes, of course, it's a part of the season, but how since that Chelsea game we have been so bad like this? Because season is a long season; it's a 38-game season, and you have to look part by part. And since that game, it has not been acceptable. Okay, let's say fifth place is good because if we finished in the next place and we were not in Europe, and we will be in Europe next season. But if we are in 60 points, probably we are in fifth place because Manchester United and Newcastle hasn't done well. Okay, this might sound excuse, but I don't think it's acceptable. Conte would have done a better job if he stayed until the end of the season last season.
What needs to change, in your opinion? What needs to change moving forward?
Well, the biggest, yeah, moving forward, I don't know because in the past 6 and 7 years, I don't know what needs to change. Everyone tells me that we need to trust this project under Ange, or it will be okay. And this is the same stuff I have been hearing since that Champions League final season. Mourinho came, when he needs a second season, everything will be all right. He got sacked. Nuno came, Conte came, everything will be all right. He needs time. And now Ange came, and everyone's saying the same stuff. And it's the same season that we are not winning against big teams again. We are losing against these top teams. Not even top teams. Look, the stat I have seen 2 days ago, and including today, last 11 away games, we have won 2 away games in our last 11 away games. That's what Sheffield United does. That's what Burnley does. And that's what Tottenham does. It's totally unacceptable. Like, how we can be positive. I have been really unhappy with the positivity that I see from Spurs fans. I have to be honest, because how can you be happy when you lose your 2 of your biggest rivals back to back, like in between 5 days? Liverpool is at Sunday, and I'm pretty sure that we are going to lose at Anfield. So that will be 4 losses on the bounce. How that can be acceptable? The only games we are capable of winning until the end of the season are Burnley and Sheffield United. So it will be 64, 65 points, the same point tally that we got last season, maybe a bit more. How is that an improvement, a good season? What I mean is I have every right to think that next season will be no different, in my opinion. It's because of the responsibles. It's a fault of the responsibles because they realize their standards, and for their standards it's always good to be in and around top 4. As Conte said, Tottenham's league title is top 4, and I don't think it will change until other things change. So I'm not going to talk about that, but the club is always happy to be in and around top 4. Like, if you don't get top 4, if you're fifth, that means that you are a challenging team for us. So because I don't think we have any intention to challenge titles, trophies next season, or I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But I have every right to not to trust this project. And today, like Arsenal game, totally unacceptable. And I'm not suggesting that we should sack Ange, but I'm not happy with him at all. I don't think he's high category manager. I don't think he's a top coach because.
Do you think he's naive? Do you think there's naivety on his part, or is it arrogance?
Of course, football. Everyone says performance, this and that. At the end of the day, it's a results thing. Football's a results thing. You win, and no one will remember the performance. Everyone will remember the result. That's for sure. And this attacking football like this. I promise you, I watched so many Chelsea games this season, and this was their easiest game of the season. We asked 0 questions to them going forward, and everyone keeps telling me that we are performing greatly. What performance we are talking about? Like, what was the special today about today's performance? And will come out and say that, oh, it's my fault. Like, at least it's good because, for example, Conte was coming and dissing the club. Yeah, it was much worse. Yeah, but Postecoglou is coming and saying that it's my fault, this and that. Okay, you have sympathy towards him. And the next time we come and we show the same thing again. So you think that it's also pointless to come and accept the guilt and to not perform the next time again. Unacceptable. Ange needs to be questioned. That's for sure.
Rovshan, appreciate you calling in, mate. Thanks for
Rovshan.
as always.
Nice one, bro.
Speak to you soon.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, bro.